A scorpionfish seen under fluorescent light. Some corals moving the tentacles around in the current, also seen under UV light. So this is a D710V Orcatorch, and I won this in a raffle run by the nice people from Orcatorch, so thank you very much. Now, this is a 2000 lumen dive light. It's very compact for that power. It seems really solidly machined. There is a collar to attach a ball mount to, and there is a white light mode. There is a white light mode with a narrow cone, a red light mode if you want to avoid scaring small critters at night, and this UV mode, which we just used. So let's check out and see more fluorescence, which we get by shining this UV lamp at critters underwater. So let me show you some examples. This is a mushroom coral with a couple of tiny translucent shrimp living on it, seen with regular light during a night dive. And this is the same mushroom coral with the UV light from my new Orcatorch. Quite interesting. It's really the case that some of these invertebrates, some of these cnidarians, light up very brightly and others don't at all. So what makes the difference? I'm not exactly sure. Here comes a hermit crab in the background, photobombing the whole scene. So these mushroom corals have their tentacles in, they're retracted during the day, and at night they come out, and when I shine my UV light on them, they really light up. So is it some of the symbionts in these corals which are the ones to light up? Next example. This is a sepia, a cuttlefish, well known to be able to change its color patterns, seen with conventional visible spectrum light. And here is the fluorescent image. The mollusk lights up quite strongly, and there's this interesting system in this cuttlefish and in octopi too, that the skin is covered in these tiny circular muscles, and depending whether the muscles are retracted or contracted, the pattern is shown, which is either the one on the surface of the skin or on a slightly deeper skin layer. Now, it seems that this system doesn't really work too well with fluorescence. So the whole time I filmed this cuttlefish with the UV fluorescent setup, it really only showed one type of skin pattern. So there is both a lot of fluorescence on the back of this animal and a little bit on the tips of the arms. So again, there's no good explanation I have for this. Everybody's favorite are the anemone fish, and this again is the visual light, and this is the fluorescent light image. And here the fish barely light up, a little bit these white bands, but the host anemone brightly lights up. So it really stands out from the sand on which it grows. And this is a close-up of this situation. And again, you see these fluorescent shrimp, which by themselves really don't light up much, but they're quite salient on the background of this anemone. So, what a trip here. More fluorescence in response to being shined on with a UV light, all kinds of corals. So obviously this was a night dive to be able to see the fluorescence against the background, and this was in Zamboanguita on Negros Island in the Philippines. So little coral reef there, and it was really quite enjoyable and quite stunning to see these color patterns which live in a different part of the spectrum than what I normally see. So this is back to regular visual light, and this is my dive buddy Jonas here. And what did he see? What is he signaling to me? There seems to be some creature which is crawling along the sand, and this is actually a fish. This is a juvenile devilfish. It's a type of stonefish, Inimicus didactylus, and this is another good example of, Schrödinger's fish. So there is Schrödinger's cat in quantum physics, which changes from existence to non-existence, or the other way around, depending on our observation. So here we are obviously, otherwise we couldn't film the fish, we are shining a light on this little fish. Yeah, so it's a juvenile, and the light makes that fish happy. Why is that the case? Because all kinds of little shrimp and crabs get attracted, and so it's really turning around. It's in some kind of feeding frenzy here. So this is a totally unexpected blessing for this fish. All of a sudden, a large alien turned on a dive light, and then all its shrimp came to the cone of the dive light, and then it's a major meal for this fish. So you are welcome, devilfish. This is a curious fish in the sense that it prefers to crawl with its pectoral fin spines. And so, this fish can swim, but it prefers to move about by crawling. And it is also quite a venomous fish. So this is just juvenile, but the adults probably grow to a length of 25 centimeters. And look at the dorsal fin spines in there. There is a very powerful venom. So this can really cause extreme pain, and hence also these warning colors on its pectoral fins. This is a way of the fish of signaling to its environment, leave me alone, otherwise you will regret it. So awesome find. Generally, the Philippines, or coastal Negros Island, is very rich in stone and scorpion fishes. So this is a kind of dwarf lionfish, which is in that same order. Again, we have these very gaudily colored pectoral fins. Same thing here. Also, the dorsal fin spines of this one are venomous, even though probably not as venomous as in a lionfish. Now, I actually made a video series about the topic of venomous marine animals in the Philippines with my friend and colleague Abner a couple of years ago. So I'm linking to that. Check it out. What a rich dive. So I really want to say all the footage I'm showing you here is from a single 60-minute dive. The fauna is just amazing. In the sand, you don't need corals often for biodiversity. So here we conclude, as one does, with a flatworm crawling along. The flatworm says, leave a comment. I'm answering all questions, typically within a day or two, and share these videos on your own social media. I like making them. I like making them more when they have a big audience, and see you soon.